Hey guys, this is Liz Reed. I am the co-author and co-sculptor of the graphic novel Bites of Terror. And today I'm going to show you how we made the outside Riverwalk set for our story, Make-A-Wish, which is this one in the book right here. See? Yeah! Alright, so I promise I won't have to lean in like this the whole time. This is just until we get set up. So, let's get started. First thing is we lay down our base with our little pieces of basic foam that you can get at a craft store, or you can get this also at, even if you get a package, I always like to recycle our styrofoam from any package we get. So it's just our base. And then next, this is like my favorite secret in all of like diorama stop motion making. We're putting in the water, and this water is just a foam board painted with a dry cleaner bag over it. And I know it sounds like really unimpressive, but when you look in camera and you'll be able to see it in our pictures, it really looks like water. So I'm just laying this down here. And let's see, I might have to put some weights on it because let me turn the foam around. When we worked on Bites of Terror, we had a much larger table. So I'm trying to, which took up this whole room, by the way. We're in our studio right now. So let's do this there. And then the next piece would be the sidewalk. And I think this piece is really cool because, again, this is just the styrofoam. And on top of it is just plaster of Paris that you can tell it's been well used, because this is the actual piece on the set, that we covered and painted so that we could get a kind of like sidewalk look. It's all about different textures, so hopefully you can kind of see what's going on. I'll turn the camera as we go on. Another part, this is like really sensitive stuff here, we had to find a fence that was at the right scale of our characters, which we couldn't buy online. So we made our own fence, and I think I have a few pieces left. It was not the strongest fence, or I think this might have been a backup. So I'm just gonna go ahead and place this there. I made this using a Cricut that just cut it out because I am not very exact. And we basically lined it up. I will say that I wish I had made longer pieces, because this is a part that took a lot of time kind of fixing in Photoshop, the connecting of the fences. This is like, the examples that I'm showing here are like, I better not sneeze or else it's gonna fall over. But we're gonna do a zoomed in shot, so I'm not gonna stress about getting this perfect. Although, know that in my mind I am still stressing about getting it perfect. So this is a fence that obviously won't pass zoning. And then, so we have our background, our middle ground, and now I'm gonna do our foreground, which that's what makes this set really unique, is that it dealt with different textures. And I'm just gonna use some basic dollhouse or diorama grass. So I'm moving around here, and I'm gonna put this to the front. And I'll show you how I secure. So for this one, I actually have to cheat it a little bit because you don't want to see this part right here, which is the foam. I think I did something a little bit fancier for the actual diorama piece. So I'm rolling it, and I'm just putting pins in the side over here. If you are also a diorama maker, or you want to make dioramas, get this. This is like a little metal stand that people use in workshops that'll hold all your little pins together. This is just what I use to stick, hold things into the foam. And then let's see here. Does that looks pretty good. Let me just see if I can fluff it up here. Typically, if I was gonna shoot this, then I would probably put a piece of foam in right there, but for this purpose I'm just gonna try and cheat it a little and pin the bottom down here. So I'm just pinning the bottom. Oh yeah, and stuff just flies around the studio. By the way, I'm just let's just go for it. Okay, so now let's zoom in a little bit closer, because most shots are not that wide. Oops, I want you to see a little bit of the grass still. Oh, and I forgot like the main event. So let me just lift this up here so you can see. That's my background. So I'm gonna pull that down so we have a nice blue sky. But if you don't have to go and get some fancy backdrop. Let me position the camera. Again, yeah, you don't have to get some fancy backdrop to get things going. You can just honestly just like start off with wrapping paper. I know our fence looks a little crazy right now, but we'll fix that when we get to the point that we're going to be shooting. Okay, I'm just bringing this down, and you want it to be like a few feet away from your set, so you don't want to deal with any shadows. And I have a little light underneath here. Oh, I did have a little light. I'll have to plug it in, but I'm going to set it up so we can get a little bit of gradient going on in the background. Hopefully that made a difference. And then let me see, I might be able to see it better if I pull it forward a little bit, but then you can't see the grass. See, this is just what I'm dealing with all the time. All right, you see like a little bit of grass. Okay, cool. Focus. All right. And now I'll show you how I made my little, so cheesy, my little cloud maker. Wish you could see it, but basically I just got some wood from the craft store and made 2 poles that I put fishing wire on, which you can kind of see there, and I just put them on either side of the set. I think my cat has been playing with this before it's all tangled up. Oh my gosh. All right, we're gonna zoom in close here. Oh yeah, this is, I use this as like my sturdy thing. This is so sad. But, I don't even think I need my little sturdy pole. Cool. And then I have this bucket full of clouds over here that I like to go into. And there I can pick out the clouds, because right now I have stormy clouds in there. First, these are my different clouds. I know it looks like a jumble. I should, every time I do one of these, I say I should be more organized, which I do get more organized every time, but I don't know. It's fun to have a little chaos. So this is just floral wire that in the final shot I would Photoshop out. But I'm just going to add it in here. Let's see if the string will be, no, that's when I need my little pole. All right, my little nifty pole for some time, but now we just take the wire here and loop it around. I'll have one little cloud. I actually usually have this further in the background. You don't want it in the foreground or in the middle ground. And let's see here. A little bit hard for me to see because of the tripod, but let me see if I can just move the cloud in. And typically I try and hide the string. There we go. I have one little cloud. Oh! I had fishing hooks in here when I did the actual thing. So, and then the good thing about the floral wire is that it'll calm down when it's ready. And then you'll Photoshop that out. And when it came to the characters, we basically went with paper cuts to help us figure out the size of everything. So you can kind of see, like, here's Cliff and Peggy. Here's a little duck that we put in there. So we put in the actual characters, and then we'll see what it looks like so far. Okay, so actually I'm gonna move you over here because this is where Bill stands. And let's see if we can get Bill out here. Here is lovely Bill. Hello. And for him to stand, since he's a lot heavier, he has a lot going on, I have like a little peg for him. I'll put him to the front of his. There we go. Got his little thing, and then we need his little sign, which was just made out of wood. I'm gonna cheat you a little bit. Got our Make-A-Wish sign. Imagine this like 10 minutes before the story starts, because usually she has whipped cream on her, but this is Peggy and this is Cliff. They're together. getting them to stand was always quite the ordeal. So that took a lot of photoshopping to hide. Sometimes when it was like a real action-filled shot, oh yeah, his eyes come out because he closes his eyes, and so I had to have like replaceable eyes for him. Now you just look terrifying. Oh, there we go. Get his little legs facing forward. That's always a thing too. You're like, which way are your feet facing? And there we go. You're gonna stand wide. Your feet are gonna be a little crazy. And then you're so shocked, aren't you? There you go. How he's standing like that. And there you go. Hi, Bill. Bill's missing his little flame. Leo's little Make-A-Wish. You can see all the holes. And then Cliff and Peggy. And little secret, that's how we got Peggy on top of Cliff, and she has little legs that come out too. Her arm's a little crazy right now. She's a little crazy. Definitely check out the story. I mean, who's in the right here? Alright, so guys, here is how you make the basic diorama setup for Make-A-Wish. Let's see if we can get to the part in the book. I'm trying not to spoil. But yeah, so this is the whole setup. Definitely, you know, try doing a water scene at home. It's a lot of fun, and if you have opinions on if Cliff or Peggy was in the wrong, or you know, how you really feel about Bill Cupcake, totally reach out to me at Cuddles and Rage. Jimmy and I would love to hear from you, and happy diorama making!